Hello, my name is Talon, and I'm going to give my 2 cents worth about what I like and what I don't like about the Leatherman style PS. Okay, first of all, I've had this for several years now, and I've got a lot of use out of this tool. Now, even though this tool is several years old, you can still find these online for sale and in stores. So I might give information that helps you decide whether you might want to have one or not. So let's go ahead and start talking about some things on this tool. Number one, right off the bat, the um, the bottle opener slash carabiner or carabiner, depending on how you say it. Now, I've used the bottle opener many times. It works great. The carabiner, I'm not going to use. Now, the reason I don't use that is because every carabiner I've had that's had this type of spring uh, deal going on has failed. And if I've got this sitting on my keychain like this or belt loop or something like that, and this spring fails, I've lost the tool. So I'm not going to risk losing the tool over that. And I just leave it in my EDC and take it with me everywhere I go. I'm just not going to use the carabiner. Okay, let's get some other parts on this. This little silver thing right here on the black part, that's the tweezers. So if I can take my thumbnail and pull that out some and get this to come out the rest of the way. I don't use these tweezers. And the reason for that is they're just very, very small and they're hard for my hands to deal with. I've got messed up hands, so dealing with tiny stuff like this is actually kind of difficult for me. So I don't do that. And I'm going to put this back where it came from and get it in there. This slides back into the handle. Okay. Other things on the outside, on this side right here is a pair of scissors that are very small. I mean, only about 3/4 of an inch or so for the length of the scissors. Now, you would not use this for, say, cutting leather or canvas or anything kind of thick, but I do use it on strings and thread and things like that, and it works really great. I also use it to drill holes in plastic, and the way I do that, and I'm not going to actually demonstrate it, but I'll show you what I do. I will take the part of the scissors that's not going to move around like this, the part that doesn't move, okay, and I will set the scissors onto whatever it is I'm going to drill. And instead of turning this like I would a drill or an awl, I turn the object. And literally within 60 seconds, I got all these holes in here that I use for a safety compass when I was working at a school. So that worked really good. Came from a Pringles lid. A lot of people would eat Pringles and then throw the stuff away, and I would save the lids, and I would make a safety compass for students out of the lids. So the scissors are actually very good to have. All right, let's see, what else do we got on here? On the black part, and it's hard to see, but it's there, there's a file. Okay, I actually use files for doing my nails. I don't hold nail clippers because it's hard for me to do that with my fingers being kind of messed up. But basically, I just use the files every day, and instead of moving the file, I just hold the file still and I'll just move like this and get a pretty good job of filing my nails. The screwdriver looking tip that they have on this, they're saying is a common slash Phillips. I guess you could use it on a Phillips. I'm not going to do that. And the reason I don't is because this is thin metal. And if I am having to turn, maybe kind of strong on a screw to tighten it or to loosen it up, I could end up messing up the tool because the metal is thin. So I don't do that. Close this up. Okay, now if I open it up, I get these nice spring action pliers. Okay, now I use this for tweezers. Okay, I'll have to use it for pliers. Okay, But the needle nose part right there is really good for tweezers. I've used it to take out splinters and thorns and things like that. Been working great. I don't use the pliers on anything big, like say a 7/16 inch nut or anything like that, because this would have to open up so wide to accommodate that it would not actually be comfortable for my hand to use. Okay. Now there's these little wire cutters here, and they would work okay if I'm using it on my twist wire that I have. But my twist pliers that I use with the twist wire have wire cutters, so I don't actually need to use those. I would not use this on any strong or thick wires, just because the metal being thin, I've got a good chance of messing up the tool, and I don't want to do that. I use a lot of things on this tool almost every day, and I don't want to mess this up on something I might use it for maybe once in a year. So, I have other tools for that. Overall, though, this Leatherman style PS is a very good tool in my opinion. And I use it as a regular part of my EDC that I take with me every day. So, thank you for watching. Please leave some constructive criticism. I appreciate that. My name is Talon, and this is my 2 cents worth about the Leatherman style PS. Thank you.